Andu serodu aziane emboru kaldini alum pamutiniri ilelfri kaldini esu ama etsa ejoraza lubaratiniri bedo aziemi obiti vadi sitsitsi ama mesunga ejonde madri kulukuludi rakaka.
Eyo di kulukuludi ma alia lokrimile telekili kuri ni ageitema ako edzim. Dileka a ibani achi esezo matiam. Councillors Toki Dritere Sukulu Nidi Adze Olile Abita Madriari Sing Ama Mesuki Ejonde Madriari.
Myomve marusi fete Emmanuel ejonde lapi midri obiti vadsiri Lokri mile telekilili kuri ni ageitema ako edzini. Oduko tidiri efo ambo lokri mile onepe erimatiam. Kini afo folendundu surundundu ma alia karindundu ma alia di ka efi kariazuru ma alia kokobi musoro fezure kokoro eri ageitema kwazi amburuni. Azini bakage tema fe lokrimulia ko ba onze kari azide ma aliade etrefe azide ma aliaram ama mesuki oduko tinirengazo okumu Dominic Vo.
Lokri mlebani tambakilili kuri ni ageitema akope azini angozoza akope kari Uganda nirma alia sarum. Oduko tiri opopiri eri ma werere ABE Hobopi Manager Customs Northern Region Nirma Aliari im Saweri ni drifuzo drileka ibe retazi asianzuni azina geitema Nirma ejosi a foji lokri milia mbodo mutini oronisi mba mutiniri ilielfrika driniso sim drileka ndondo di omve retadiri trai giriko arakala ombele East African Affairs nerivosi asisileni angerere lezo ejo kulunguru enyamatia di otozo de tuni lokrimule kari Uganda niripima eselia South Sudan niribem de totuni angu yumbe nirma alias ni moyo district ma aliendim chezo kini kulungu dani isu kari East Africa nirima aliadi leta azanirma ko Iram atamba ma werere o vopi manejaro custom northern region yarim etekini lokrimule bani tamba kili kurim ni ejo ezi karima alia angeretum agbarniri bakakau yifi karima alia rukusa kokorum le ejo dleri bama tira bama tri apefiba karima aliam kokobi kokodiram lezo agetema otuzu apa ozile tuniodo bani izi engazo karindunduma alia epipi karima alia musorobe kokorudi letaba matriram.
Borders have really disturbed us as Uganda Customs, because when we have people passing through porous borders, then it means they are missing out on our checks to confirm what is being brought into the country. Sometimes people who use porous borders have hidden dangerous materials like guns and bullets, and they bring them into the country. One of the RDCs mentioned about people who go to the camp and they kill their friends and run back to South Sudan. Those people definitely don't use the customs border. They pass through those porous borders. And also we have struggled with the issue of fuel which transits through to South Sudan and then it is brought back. That fuel most times has not paid the requisite taxes in our country, and because of the difference in the tax regimes, the tax regime in South Sudan is a bit lower than the one of Uganda. So when that fuel is brought back here, it can be sold at a much lower price than the one being sold at our petrol stations. Remember, these petrol stations are providing employment to our people. Those are business people who are already paying income tax to URA. So the smugglers are disadvantaging them and they may push them out of work. Therefore, we shall lose taxes and we shall also lose employment for our local people who are employed at those petrol stations.
Atamba Sakamwa Julian ovupi Andrew Gaitama Pepe angomoyo nirma aliarikinim ini ibiria neria ejere apa fiba karima aliam di kokobi koko azina musoro fe koko rudi agbari lokrimle ni ovozo Gaitama ni ovozo lokrimlia yoresim kini i obidisa desimarani u UPDF ni de ba lokrimuliara lezo ba ima efita maza kozobenin.
Of the challenge of the border not being clearly demarcated, we have the challenge of in and out movements through ungazetted border points. What we do is intensifying the deployment using our security forces, that is UPDF. It's mandated to protect our borderlines, but also continuously engaging our counterparts in Kajokeji, because this smuggling and illegal movements also affect them as much as they affect us. So we need to synchronize our approaches so that we can deal with the problem from home and across. So that is what we are doing.
Atambasiko Kasim Ovope Anzenje Iyumbe District Local Government Nirma Aliaria Idi Kari Iridi Ini Etozo Yima Lokrimle Sizukili Delezo Adidiza Angumadria Zini Enyati Pima Saliadi Atrizubeni.
So my key recommendation is that as we have resolved on some of those issues being discussed at our level, the two countries of South Sudan and even the Republic of Uganda, the heads of state, at a later time must also now discuss at their level to ensure that the demarcation of the border points and the boundary between the people of South Sudan and now Uganda should be resolved. If the demarcation of the international boundary will be undertaken by the two countries, I am quite sure some of the challenges we are experiencing here will finally get resolved.
Oluport Lazarus Ovope, Senior Regional Integration Officer, Arakala, East Africa Community Affairs, Nema Ayo Onepere, Etekenim, Asisile, Delekapini, Imuzu, Rizo, Retadma Aliarim, Nerlezo, Oyodi, Masa Kozum.
Firstly, to see as a country how can we elevate the challenges that have been causing community conflicts, especially at communities and districts bordering Uganda and South Sudan. So the major objective is to understand the underlying factors that are fueling these conflicts, and that's why we cause the stakeholder engagement, specifically colleagues and ministries, departments and agencies that are in the security and peace sector.
Idripi West Nile TV nere Dominic Anthony okumupitu alupete Emmanuel Be EJOLAZA Dream.
EJOLAZA esele azrima alia dileka ai bani ati esezo madiam dileka ingapi madimoywa azini ubongia di wuria gametefu ejo atinisim dileka di gametenia i ati bani eselenga zukaruma itapi arua bori erini etozuru idrizu giriko yumbia se tazo pere ivumoyo azini ubongia amamezu kyodo kotiniringazo atamva Dominico Kumovo.
Leka madia de tuni moyo azino bongi district ya de gamnete ni a iria lezo ati esezu idri ombwangere nise ini tozo ini etozo afa ini ofledi marua lonyi oba angere benim ejo de repo sawa bani dileka I ozizu ejo atinere madriaresim Deba osisia o sibade ni tuniyo zizu achima eseta angonderma alia resim obungi district ni sawa angerma alia ibi adria sikoko de bani erenzazo moyo district ya sim ambebor mavuti yam Moyo district ibivinidrichi atisi angeretom anidileka yade jokinim aparinife apa yeni ofule ozi zarudi ma adze otuniruku azene yeni ofo ozi zarudi ima adze adinangere kwendem apa ikile ni ofo ndondo ingazwa kuisalia sidim isunide adze angererokum Karani, Robiani, Azina Fuzani, Obupivini, Councilaro, District Moyonirma Alia, Tony Ngapi, Metu, Subcounty Arim, Mundle Yozokinim, Moyo District Name, Ba Senenga, Atsi, Amburi, Aleniakum, Pandani Fea for Fulem, Ingazu, Moyo District Yasidim, Marua, Banitozo, Lonya for Bazukum, Agbarnirim, Evo, Aya Ambu, Apa, Lonyo Bazu, the Marua de Neadozo Yorisem.
Electricity extension is very vital, and this is going to cause change in the community, especially in the areas of value addition. We have 10 administrative units, sub-county and town councils in the district. Not all sub-counties are connected to the national grid. And yet in Imoyo we have depots of gold, we have things like lime, we have plenty of fruits. When we are talking about value addition, we need stable power. So we need to plan, capture more specific issue for power, that all our sub-counties be connected to the national grid.
Atamba Nyama Williams, Obupiogwe ELC Toi, Moyo District Nirim, Emo, Titanderma Aliende, Kanisi, Idigametenim, Erni Etozo, Atsima. Baka inga pierua sri sezo pere yumbea tazo pere moyuam. Ani yini tozo ngaza adreso vini ati angeredima orodri suriendem. Yodininga gametelele ruar masako angerem.
The next thing now we are fighting for is to ensure the power line that runs from Yumbe, from Arua to Yumbe to Moyo is also switched on. Because our section has not yet been switched on the Karuma power. That is now what we are following up. The next thing after that is intensifying our efforts to follow up on matters of power distribution to sub-counties without electricity. Connecting all government secondary schools, connecting health center facilities, connecting other government institutions, is now one of the things that we have. We have not been sleeping over this.
Tamba Daktari Boka Didi Zo, Jobopi Membalangani, Opongi County Arim, Yokinim, Helia Libadi Ma Aliangu, West Nile Neribia Droto, Kwaziangernema Alia, the Atima Kosim.
In that we had a big problem of electricity in West Nile. In August, His Excellency the President was here in Nebi and officially commissioned the connection of West Nile to the national grid. So what is now required is the evacuation and distribution of the bulk power in Nebi and in Arua city to cover all 13 local authorities in West Nile. What has become of concern is at one moment we are crying about power not reaching us. Now government is asking us 3 months down the road, how many factories have you connected to this power? None. So the challenge for us now as leaders is to mobilize our people to use the electricity that has been extended to West Nile to Madisa region.
Ani ba esede atsine biabo atsinderim bani esedinga ba mazako otoko yine kwebisu atimeyo seresim ayambu factory rodi daeto dinga izim angu West Nile nirma aliaram mbarose eleva wadese ba karuma ritsepe Uganda re esate engazo karuma etazo perangu West Nile nirma aliam banga yose district muduni na West Nile yadi ma alias woro lezo ango ezo zaijizo azini etozo ayambu industry rudi sizwende Idripi West Nile TV nire Dominic Anthony Okumu pitu alopete Emmanuel Be ejola zagre
Amani LAZA Matio Pizo Obitiva Waderese Councillors Bakwach District Yade Toke Drichaba Sukulune de Ram Ene Adzelizo Avita Madria Resim Adze Banili Avita Madria Sukulundunduma Aliadi Ibiadri Elfutowi Councillors Benejos Reakene Robia de Mofeta Eritipika Azredri Warum Ani lebamanzere anzi madria setwatem ama mesukyodu kotiniringazo atamva work Alfred Vo
Councillors Bakwach District yadi orataze angrenima aliam di dritere peni robia azi a izu di habita madria resim driteza sukulu ni di ebire robia oli anzi madria angere betoni avita madriam ayore rekode akuka kawui onoria angere azini dritiza angere nema aliam tipika yini tatro yisirio o bizo rate councillors de le bamafe unita anzidri perenam sawa bani Rita esele suzuri jazure se de Bakwach District Boardroom atamba Edward Patuto o Vopi Councilaro Wadlai Sub-County Arim Mudle Nyozokini Sukulu Drichaba Azede Ibiri Robia Lide Avitani Elfutowi Temu Alovose de Tsoesele Gamete Ma Otita Beram
UPE for the learners who are in primary. But you will find that these learners are being charged to pay what is called sport fee, and yet the government is also paying for them as well as the parents. I want to ask the chairperson of committee production, what social service, what comments and conditions you have put for the school, or you have charged school not to make these parents pay twice, because government is paying on their behalf as well as them. It's like cheating. So my recommendation, we go by one. If government is paying, let the little money parents are paying, shouldn't be there.
Gasri Madria, Guillaume Walter, Ovupio Gwe e Social Services Committee Nirim, Mudle Nyozokini, Yobi, Hejonze Sukulu, Lekadi Beram, Etezu Idrikini, Ejo Robia Budi Sadisi, Warum. Teni ejo inenzadi erekom te sukulundadi mudle yozokini ejo yene jobodi ere ejo yene ngabutini opiri ani sukulu anzi azadi etoni nradi fi otita vita nerma aliako agbari yene robi andere opezo kwirisim.
There is a certain percentage which caters for sport, which is 20% every term. That is the reason why the committee came up with that recommendation that teachers should no longer demand for extra payment for sport activities. Because last time, one of the members said that it has been agreed in the AGM meeting. But I attended one of the AGM meetings on 12 November 2024. The person who represented DO stated it clearly that day that the district education committee are the one who came up with that payment, and it was
Ejombiria ataza dina nyamugaya ovopi karanero social services ni Bakwach district yarim Mudle Jozukini Sukulu Drichabaim le mako ejo sukuluma anzimatriam robia a izu apita seram ani a idekenen robia bani li sadisa anzimatria de ovuni yazio on ironeko le tenerma siram
that you had a pass, you sit down, you write a report. If you sit down with those stakeholders and you find out, dig out what is the problem, then you write a report to the COW, chairperson LC 5, then copy also to the DCDO on those kind of issues. Then the issue will be rectified. Even me, I'm requesting that let me receive a copy for easy follow-up.
Eodere etede obiji kini ejo vinibane je wera delede eto ozata eji enyatiaram de tuni bane pasozo babani yidri yata onyero kodlede fezoresim bane tozo obi maomi ozazo azini bane etozo pezo angonizozo beni idripi wesnel TV News local creative alufete Manuel Pe ejo LAZA dream.
Awadi fo data diodu koti amani otumijudu anduruma alia ejo LAZA ma aliari medre mitilo titandondo Westnile TV adi manesa pe tade la premium ve marusi fete Manuel a drama tembe parimini